The steps are on a slide out runners, and they can be pulled all the way out to give you both steps, or pulled halfway out just for one, with the step lights on there. Should you be having the steps out at night, you can see where they are and not trip over them. The battery locker is the front locker on the near side. All these lockers have keys, and in there we have the main engine battery and the auxiliary battery for the lights and so forth on a split charge system. So even if the auxiliary battery there goes flat, the engine battery is still full and allows you to start the engine. Once the engine's running, then that would recharge both batteries. The charger runs continuously when hooked up to the mains. Main battery isolator kills all the electrics on the truck should there be a problem. Mains power hookup connector there, water isolator there, and gas isolator there from the gas bottles at the back. And the drain pipe at the back there comes down from the kitchen sink and discharges under the truck, not right by the wheels, because that causes slippage when you try and leave the showground. In the tool locker, various blocks of wood if you need to prop the ramp up on uneven ground, an air line there for pumping the tyres up if you need to from the air connection inside the locker there using the truck's own compressed air system, spare drums of oil, tow line if it's a soggy showground and you need to be pulled out by a tractor, you don't need to go around scrounging for a tow rope. There's one there. Beyond that is the spare wheel and the powered ramp locker. Spare wheel, self-explanatory really I suppose, but it is on a slide out locker. It does make it easier to pull out, change if you need to. And in the little locker on the end is the hydraulic system for the ramp. We have there the up down buttons, power isolator up here, so we can turn the power on. This is the hydraulic system. It's got manual override, so if all the electrics fail and you do need to put the ramp up, there's a tube that goes onto here and you can pump it up by hand. If the electrics fail and you need to get the ramp down, then again you can use these bypass valves here to lower the ramp, still under the control of the hydraulics but with no power. So if you do have a situation where you've lost all power and you need to get the horses out, you can always get them out. On the offside lockers, the front one is actually empty. That was going to be a space for a internal generator, but never got round to fitting that. Above that, the locker in here for the engine parts, water and oil there, keep those topped up. Next one back down under the chassis is the water. We've got a stainless steel beer keg actually, for fresh water for the taps in the living space, the pumps and so forth for it, isolating switch there for the water pump, and the main fuel tank, diesel fuel tank there, and another air connection up here for blowing tyres up if you need to. Last one at the back is the gas and water. Two gas bottles there, little dumpy ones, slide out on an easy rack to change, and the large water tank here for the wash down water for the horses with a hose pipe and sprayer attachment on it. This is the locker that's got illumination, and there's isolator switches there to turn the horse hose on and off, and also the locker light. Exterior view down the near side. with the lockers and so forth being shown there. Window for the kitchen area, windows for the horse area, and tie-up rings down the side, 3 of them there, screwed into the main frame for strength, tying the horses up. Marker lights down the side. No graphics, but good background for doing your own on at a later date. View down the off side of the truck, much the same as the other side. Lockers at the bottom, marker lights, tie-up rings, big window from the living space, 3 windows for the horses. All the windows are slide open, and around to the back again, and then we'll drop the ramp and show you the systems there. Okay, so to get the ramp down we need to undo the latches at the back. Swing those out on that side, swing them right out the way. On this side, swing that out the way, and then we need to and with the down button pressed, pull on the rope, and whilst you've got the down button pressed, that's okay. Yeah, go now. Ramp comes down on the control of the hydraulics, releasing the button stops the ramp anywhere you want, but obviously you want it all the way down. The speed at which it comes down can be adjusted on the box of hydraulics down the bottom there, but nice and slow and steady is good. Rubber covered, non-slip, with battens on it as well. When it's fully down you can see the ramp extension there. Okay, a little bit heavy but not too bad. One person, or very easily 2 people. That goes down and gives a nice steady incline. No great big step at the top, so we've always found that the horses kind of take it easy going up. They don't gallop up there and trip over the top step. So once the ramp's down you've got the 2 loading doors. They're securely latched, single latch, that comes open, and then down the bottom of each is a quadrant section door. It goes down and locks into the ramp, both sides. Don't want any feet getting trapped under the doors. Both partitions have got heavy duty padding on the sides and a secure lock to the frame of the body. And that swings open. Oh. And the same with the other one. All the sides, as we said before, the rubber side panels come down and overlap the floor, so you can hose it out no problem. Drain holes in the corners, both front and back. Lights in the roof, DC and mains lighting. Very sturdy partition between the horse section and the living, so that if anything nasty did happen, everyone stays in the right places. Closing up, obviously reversal of the same process. Gates go in, locks into place, that's it. Very sturdy, as we said. Side gates, they close in. They lock together. Fold the ramp up. And the easiest bit of all is putting the ramp back up by just pressing the up button, and away she goes. That's it. Put the latches over. Okay, all secure and ready to go home. Thank you for looking.